This message is for you, and God says do not ignore it, do not skip it, do not treat this as just another word, because I am speaking to you directly and urgently right now. I see your heart, I see your fears, I see the tears you hide from others, and I see the heaviness pressing upon you. God says, your son needs help, and this is not something to delay, not something to push aside, because there are forces trying to bring someone into his life who does not belong there, who comes with shadows, not light, who comes with an agenda, not love. God says, listen carefully, because this is not random, this is not coincidence. This is the divine voice interrupting your life to warn you, to protect, to cover your son in prayer, to guard him from destruction, because the days ahead will reveal what has been hidden. God says, you have been feeling it already, a strange heaviness, a burden in your spirit, a warning in your dreams, a whisper in your quiet hours that something is about to shift around your son. You've sensed it but brushed it away as overthinking, yet the truth is this: it is not your imagination, it is me alerting you, because you are the watchman over his life. God says, he is vulnerable right now, his heart is open, his spirit is searching, and there are people who want to exploit that. They are bringing her into his life soon, someone who looks like an answer but is actually a trap, someone who will smile with charm but carry poison behind the smile, someone who will seem like care but will actually bring chaos. God says, this is urgent, because if you stay silent, if you do nothing, your son may step into something that will chain him, but if you stand now, if you cover him in prayer, if you speak with authority, the chains will break before they even form. God says, I have chosen you to be the one to stand for him, because he may not see it, he may not recognize it, he may be blinded by emotions or confusion, but you see deeper. You are his spiritual shield. God says, you have cried for him, you have worried for him, and now those cries are being answered with this warning. Do not take this lightly. Do not assume time is on your side. They are planning, they are moving, they are preparing to pull him into this connection. But I, the Lord, am preparing you to stop it. God says, I know your son's heart, he is sensitive, he is compassionate, he is someone who often gives more than he should, and because of this, he is vulnerable to the wrong people. He may confuse kindness with love, or affection with truth, but you must guide him now. You must remind him of his worth, of his calling, of the path I have set for him. Do not let him fall into a trap disguised as companionship. God says, this person being brought into his life may come through a friend, through a circle, through someone close, and it may look harmless at first. But remember, the enemy always disguises harm as harmless. God says, watch carefully. The signs are already around you, changes in his mood, sudden distractions, conversations that seem unusual. Pay attention. Do not brush them off. I am giving you discernment. God says, your son's destiny is too important to be derailed. His life has a calling, his steps are marked for greatness, and this is why opposition rises so strongly against him. The greater the destiny, the greater the attacks. But do not fear, because your prayers carry the power to dismantle every scheme. Your intercession can block what the enemy tries to arrange. Your tears have not been wasted, they have been collected, and now they are turning into a weapon of protection. God says, this is the moment to rise boldly. Speak my name over your son every day. Declare protection over his mind, over his heart, over his relationships. Say out loud that no weapon formed against him shall prosper. Cancel every ungodly assignment. Break every chain even before it tries to bind. God says, your authority as a parent carries weight in the spiritual realm. When you speak, the heavens respond, and the enemy trembles. God says, I am not showing you this to bring fear, but to bring power. Fear is not your portion. You are not helpless. You are not weak. You have me on your side, and with me, you are stronger than every trap, every plan, every enemy. Your son will not be lost if you rise now. Your son will not fall if you stand firm. But you must not delay. You must not shrug this off. This is the hour of decision. God says, remember how many times I have saved you in the past, how I have delivered you from battles you thought would destroy you. Did I not carry you through storms? Did I not rescue you when others thought you were finished? I am the same God now, and I will rescue your son, but I need your faith, your prayer, your boldness. Do not say, what can I do? You can do much, because you carry my spirit inside you. God says, do not share this warning with just anyone. Not everyone around you wants the best for your son. Some may even laugh or dismiss you. Keep this between me and you until I direct you otherwise. Some things are too sacred to be shared with careless ears. Guard this word, because it is holy. God says, I see the sleepless nights, the anxiety, the fear you've hidden. I am telling you, peace is coming, but not before you rise in vigilance. Do not worry about how everything will work out. I am already arranging his escape route. But your prayers are the key that unlocks it. God says, I am begging you not to ignore this. If you turn away now, if you say, maybe it's nothing, you will regret it, because this is real. They are bringing her into his life soon, and you must be alert. Do not wait for the damage to happen before you act. Act now, and the damage will never happen. Act now, and he will be spared. God says, this is not just about your son's relationships, it is about his destiny, his peace, his future. This wrong person could bring confusion, financial struggles, emotional chains, but you can stop it. You are being called to stand in the gap. God says, I will give you strength. I will give you signs. I will confirm my word to you again and again so that you know it is me speaking. But do not demand more signs before you act. You already know this is truth in your spirit. You feel it even as you read this. That's my spirit stirring inside you, urging you to act now. God says, your son may resist at first, he may not understand, he may even be blinded, but trust me, when you pray, his eyes will open. When you declare, his heart will shift. When you stand, the trap will fall apart. God says, today is not just another day. This message is not just another word. This is the turning point. Do not let it pass. Your son's life is at stake, but so is his victory, his breakthrough, his future. This is your urgent call. Cover him, protect him, pray for him, guide him. I will be with you every step. Do not delay. Do not doubt. Do not skip. This is life and death in the Spirit, and I am entrusting it to you now. God says, your son is loved, your son is chosen, your son is marked, and he will rise, but only if you stand now. Don't wait. Don't question. Begin now. This is my urgent message for you. This message is not finished, and God says do not close it, do not scroll past it, because I am still speaking to you with urgency, and what I am revealing is only the beginning. God says, you think you understand the danger, but you don't fully see it yet, because the enemy is crafty, subtle, and calculated. He is not coming with horns or fire, he is coming dressed in charm, in beauty, in what looks like care. But behind the mask is destruction, and this destruction is aimed at your son. God says, they are bringing her into his life, and she carries with her not love, not truth, not peace, but confusion, distraction, and bondage. God says, hear me clearly, she may come appearing as a friend, she may come offering comfort, she may come saying words that sound gentle, but inside her heart is not aligned with me. She is being used as a vessel to derail him, to delay him, to entangle him. And if you do not rise in prayer, your son could be caught in a web that will take years to break free from. God says, prevention is better than rescue, and this is why I am warning you before it happens, so that the trap will collapse before he even steps into it. God says, "Your son has a sensitive heart, and because of this, he can be easily swayed by emotions, by care, by affection." This is not a weakness, it is part of his compassion, but compassion without discernment can become dangerous. That is why I am calling you to cover him. You are the one I trust to pray, to see, to discern, to fight for him when he doesn't even know he is in danger. God says, "Do you remember the times when you felt something was wrong, and you prayed, and later you discovered that your prayer stopped something unseen?" That is what is happening now, but on a bigger scale. Your prayer will stop this storm before it touches him. Your declaration will cancel what was written against him. God says, "You do not see the invisible scrolls where the enemy writes his plans, but I do, and I am erasing them because of your faith." God says, "Your son has a bright destiny, too bright for the enemy to ignore." This is why he keeps sending distractions. This is why he tries to place people in his path who are not from me. But know this, no plan of the enemy will succeed if you remain steadfast. No weapon formed against him will prosper if you stay on guard. God says, "You may be asking, but what do I do? How can I stop something I cannot see fully?" And I tell you, speak my word. Call upon my name. Cover him in the blood of the Lamb. Declare over him every day, no counterfeit will enter his life, no false relationship will tie him down, no ungodly connection will succeed. Your words carry power. Your faith builds walls of protection. God says, "I know you feel tired sometimes. I know you ask, why always me? Why am I the one fighting this?" But hear me, you were chosen for this because you are strong enough, faithful enough, connected enough to me to carry this assignment. Your son's future is tied to your obedience in this moment. If you rise, he rises. If you fight, he is free. If you declare, he is shielded. God says, "I will also give you signs so you know when this person is near." Watch for unusual changes in his behavior, sudden secrecy, or excitement that feels off in your spirit. Watch for a person who appears too quickly, too eager, too intense. Watch for conversations that feel strange, even if you cannot explain why. I will nudge you, I will whisper to you, I will trouble your spirit when something is wrong. Trust that. Do not dismiss those inner alarms, they are my voice. God says, "Do not be afraid to speak to your son with love and wisdom." Even if he doesn't listen immediately, your words will remain inside him. Even if he resists, he will remember later. Plant the seeds, and I will water them. Do not fear being misunderstood. It is better to speak and be resisted than to stay silent and regret. God says, I am with you in this battle. You are not alone. Angels are already stationed around your son. Archangels are standing guard. But your prayers activate their assignments. When you pray, they move faster. When you declare, they strengthen their defense. Heaven listens to your cry and responds immediately. God says, do not underestimate what is happening right now. This is not a small thing. This is a turning point. The enemy is trying to enter your son's life through someone, but if you stand firm, this attempt will fail, and your son will be set free to step into the next level of his calling. God says, your tears have power. Every time you cried for your son, I collected those tears. They were not wasted. They became seeds, and now they are blooming into protection. Your cries have been louder in heaven than you realize. That is why I am. God says, listen closely, because the deeper I reveal this, the more urgent it becomes. Do not try to quiet this message in your heart. Do not try to convince yourself that maybe it's not for you. This is for you. This is for your son, and I am not repeating myself in vain. God says, they are preparing to bring her closer, and they are doing it with intention. This is not accidental, this is orchestrated. There are conversations happening behind the scenes that your son is not even aware of. There are influences trying to place this connection right in front of him. But I am exposing it to you so that you can stop it before it takes root. God says, understand this clearly, when the enemy cannot attack you directly, he will go after what you love most. And right now, your son is his target. But you must not be paralyzed by fear, you must stand with faith, because fear gives him room, but faith blocks him completely. God says, do not entertain the thoughts of, what if I fail? What if he still falls? What if I am not enough? Those are lies planted to weaken you. Hear me, you are enough because you carry me. You are powerful because I live inside you. The same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead is within you, and with that Spirit, you can block every plan, you can cancel every arrangement, you can destroy every chain. God says, do you see how many times your son was almost destroyed but wasn't? Do you remember the near accidents, the close calls, the wrong people who tried to get close but were exposed? That was not luck, that was me, responding to your prayers. And I will do it again. But this time, you must fight with even more persistence, because the attack is subtle, wrapped in sweetness, disguised in what looks like love. God says, love is my greatest gift, but the enemy counterfeits it. He creates copies that look real but carry no life. And this person being brought into your son's life is a counterfeit. She may speak with sweet words, she may smile with warmth, she may present herself as someone who cares, but inside she is empty of my spirit. She will drain, not build. She will confuse, not guide. She will take, not give. She will be a chain disguised as comfort. God says, that is why I am alerting you, because He will not recognize it until it is too late unless you intervene. God says, intervention does not always mean confrontation in the natural, it means warfare in the spiritual. Your prayers are sharper than any sword. Your declarations are stronger than any scheme. When you open your mouth and say, "In Jesus' name, no counterfeit shall enter my son's life," heaven moves and hell trembles. God says, speak that daily, write it if you must, declare it until it becomes a shield around him. God says, do not underestimate your authority as a parent. A parent's prayer carries a unique weight because you have been assigned to steward his life. The covenant of blood between you and your child gives you spiritual access to declare over him what no one else can. You can forbid what others cannot. You can release what others cannot. Do not stay silent. Your silence is agreement with the enemy, but your voice is agreement with me. God says, I see the enemy's timetable. I see that this introduction is not far away. It is closer than you think. That is why I am urging you to act now. You may notice sudden invitations, new names being mentioned, a change in your son's daily patterns. Do not ignore those small things, they are signals. I am showing you so that you are ready. God says, I am also sending protection through dreams. Pay attention to the dreams you and your son have. Pay attention to what seems odd or unsettling. Many times I speak through dreams to reveal what the natural eye cannot see. Write them down, pray over them, ask me for interpretation, and I will give you clarity. God says, the enemy thinks he is clever, but he is not wiser than me. He thinks he is moving in secret, but I am exposing him. He thinks he will win, but he has already lost because I am giving you victory before the battle even begins. All you must do is believe, stand, declare, and not waver. God says, I know you feel the weight of responsibility, but I am carrying you as you carry him. Do not think you are fighting alone. You are backed by armies of angels. You are backed by the blood of Jesus. You are backed by my word, which never fails. That is why I am saying, do not doubt, do not fear, do not delay. God says, I am giving you wisdom in how to speak to your son. Do not attack him, do not pressure him with fear. Instead, plant seeds of truth in his heart. Speak life into him, remind him of his value, remind him that he is chosen, remind him that not everyone who smiles carries good intentions. Teach him to test the spirit, to look beyond appearances. Even if he does not seem to listen, your words will echo in him when he needs them most. God says, there will come a moment soon when he will face a choice, and in that moment, your prayers will rise like a wall. He will feel a hesitation, a pause, a divine restraint, and that will be because of your intercession. That hesitation could be the difference between bondage and freedom. That pause will be your answered prayer. God says, trust me, because I am already ahead. I am already dismantling the plans. I am already preparing a divine interruption. I am already working on his behalf. Your son will not be lost if you remain steadfast. He will rise. He will be free. He will fulfill his purpose. But you must hold this warning as precious, and you must act with urgency. This is not just about today, it is about his future. And I am entrusting it into your hands now. God says, don't close your heart, don't turn away from these words, because this is not man speaking, this is me, your God, pleading with you for the sake of your son. This is the reason you've been restless lately, the reason you've been sensing heaviness without explanation, the reason you've felt a pressure in your spirit that you couldn't shake. God says, it is because danger is drawing closer, and I am stirring you awake before it arrives. God says, your son is standing at a crossroads he does not even realize he has reached. To him, it may look like just another step, just another choice, just another person entering his life, but in the spirit, it is far more. It is a gate. And whoever walks through that gate with him will influence his future. This is why the enemy is eager to push the wrong person through that gate first. But I, the Lord, am calling you to guard the gate. You are the one appointed to watch, to intercede, to block what is not from me, and to prepare him for what truly is from me. God says, I see how deeply you love your son. I see how you would give anything to protect him. And that love you carry is a reflection of my own love for him. You are not standing alone, I am standing with you. You are not crying alone, I am holding every tear. You are not worrying alone, I am already working. But your agreement with me is what activates the fullness of this protection. God says, the enemy is cunning. He is not sending someone who looks like destruction, he is sending someone who looks like a gift. She may look like an answer to your son's loneliness, she may look like a companion to his struggles, she may look like light in his darkness, but that is the disguise. Inside, she carries storms. Inside, she carries wounds that will wound him. Inside, she carries chains that will bind him. And God says, I cannot let you stay silent when I see this ahead. That is why I am speaking to you so urgently now. God says, your son's calling is too great to be wasted in the wrong hands. His future is too precious to be handed to someone who does not honor me. He was created to shine, to lead, to be a voice, to walk in greatness. And the enemy knows this. That is why he is desperate to entangle him early, before his eyes open fully to who he is. But you, my beloved, are the key to stopping it. Your prayers are the firewall, your words are the barricade, your faith is the sword. God says, do not underestimate how quickly this can happen. What looks far away is actually close. What looks harmless can turn harmful in days. That is why I am asking you not to delay, not to procrastinate, not to wait until you see proof. Your spirit is your proof. My warning is your evidence. Do not wait for disaster before you believe me now, and you will stop the disaster before it begins. God says, I will give you wisdom in this battle. There will be moments when you feel like saying something but fear that he will resist. Do not be afraid, speak in love. Even if he argues, your words will stay. Even if he seems blind, your prayers will open his eyes. Even if he drifts, your intercession will pull him back. You cannot lose when you stand with me. God says, you have wondered why I made you his parent, why I chose you for this role, why I entrusted him to you. It is because I knew you would fight for him. I knew you would stand when others would give up. I knew you would listen when I whispered. I knew you would care deeply enough to carry this burden until it breaks. That is why he is safe, because you are his covering. God says, I also want you to know this. Not every delay in his relationships is a curse. Sometimes it is protection. Sometimes the waiting is saving him from pain. Do not confuse my divine pauses with rejection. Every time something fell apart before, it was me shielding him. Every time someone walked away, it was me removing the wrong. And this time, I will do it again, but I need your agreement. God says, you are about to see signs in rapid succession. Pay attention to the timing of events. Pay attention to names that repeat. Pay attention to sudden changes in his circle. Nothing will be random. I will speak through patterns, through little signals, through small whispers. And the moment you sense unease, pray immediately. Do not wait, do not second guess. Pray instantly, and you will shift the outcome. God says, I am with your son even when he does not realize it. Even when he walks into rooms you warned him about, I walk in with him. Even when he listens to voices that are not from me, I whisper in his heart. Even when he makes choices that trouble you, I remain faithful. Do not think I will ever abandon him. He is mine before he is yours. And I will not allow the enemy to have the final say. God says, your son will overcome this test. He will not be destroyed. He will not be swallowed by wrong people. But your role in this moment is critical. Do not grow weary in prayer. Do not let frustration silence you. Every time you pray, you are building walls around him that cannot be broken. Every time you declare, you are cutting chains before they tighten. Every time you cry out, angels are moving faster on his behalf. God says, remember, the one they are bringing is not the one I have chosen. The counterfeit always comes before the real. The imitation always shows up before the authentic. That is why you must not panic when you see this unfold. It is only a sign that the real blessing is near. But first, the counterfeit must be rejected. And your prayers will empower your son to reject it. God says, stay close to me. Do not try to fight this in your own strength. Rest in my presence daily, and I will renew you. Speak to me in the quiet hours, and I will pour strategies into your heart. I will even give you words to say to your son that will land at the perfect moment. You do not have to figure it out. I will guide you step by step. This is not just a battle, this is a turning point. And you are standing on holy ground right now, because this warning is heaven's invitation to shift his destiny in the right direction.